Thank you, everybody, for pulling up to Miss Parker. Miss Parker, I appreciate everybody that's pulled up and dropped in the chat. I dropped some links, but most importantly, today I dropped the link for the number for the National Sexual Assault Hotline. I dropped that number a couple of times in the chat for anyone that needs it during this live or want to go back and look at the live and afterwards use that number. Salute Dragon, salute Sagittarius, my Rock Squad brother. Um, Salute Rock Squad. Hey Tiffany Johnson, thank you for coming. Thank you. I dropped a lot of links. If you are a content creator, salute Max, salute. Thank you for coming. Salute Smoke to the Bone, salute TT, salute New Age Black King. Thank you. New Age Black King is another content creator. He's got some dope content over there. Please go check him out. Salute Sylvia Black. Hey Rock Squad sister, salute. Salute Tierra, salute. Thank you so much. Tierra, I dropped your link already and things like that. Hey Mama Johnny, hey, salute. But again, I dropped the National Sexual Assault Hotline number in the chat for anybody that scrolls by and sees the title and decides to take a look at it. I dropped that link for you as well or whatever. So I had a girlfriend. Salute Yvette C. Salute. Salute Rock Squad says. Salute Miss Callie's Kitchen. I dropped your link as well, Miss Callie. Thank you for pulling up, sis. Showing love and support. Thank you so much. Today, it's a tough one. But here in the past few years, it hasn't been so tough. Let me take off these bracelets. They're just jingling all over the place. But here in the past few years, this subject is definitely touching. This subject is definitely triggering for some because it's still sensitive. It's very sensitive. This is something that never goes away, regardless of therapy, regardless your religion. Is there some recovery? Absolutely. But everybody doesn't seek recovery. Some seek revenge. Some get so sick with it that they get PTSD, anxiety, and most of all, suicidal thoughts. This is a pain that sticks with me and so many other people across this nation. But today I'm here to tell you and everybody else that we have a voice. It's not just men. It's not just women. This goes for everybody. We have a voice. Salute Jesse. Salute. Salute Gene Hulk. Thank you. I dropped Lady Nika's link in the chat. Gene Hulk is one of Lady Nika's moderators. They're from the beef sector. Please go check Lady Nika out. She drops good content. In this beef sector business, stay out the way and let the beef sector handle their smoke. But other than that, go subscribe to Lady Nika. Salute Swag Life TV. I dropped your link as well, too. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Yvette. So again, and I'm gonna get through a lot of notes I jotted down because I like to really research before I speak up on things. I don't like to just tell people what I went through in life with these experiences of addiction, of losing a loved one, different, relationships in recovery and all of this, breast cancer, so being a survivor of breast cancer. I still got to do research for y'all because there's still things I don't know. What I went through doesn't mean you're going to go through the same thing, so I like to do research. Sexual assault is an act which one intentionally sexually touches another person without that person's consent or coerces or physical forces a person. So today I can't use the R word. Salute Purple Blade. Salute. Soldier Slim. Thank you guys. Salute my B. Pretty Black TV. Thank you guys for dropping in. If you have a channel, please let Miss Callie or one of the mods know so they can drop your link. I'm always about support. That's all I can do. It's free to hit that like button. And if that's, if I can give that support and drop y'all links, I definitely will do that. There's so many content creators out there that need those likes and shares and support. So, again, I just touched on what sexual assault is. Deciding whether to tell a friend, family member, romantic partner, or even an employer about a sexual assault is completely up to you. There isn't a right or wrong decision about disclosure, and there isn't one size fits all answers either. In fact, trauma can play a significant role in disclosure after the event. In many cases, go undisclosed for years. My case went that way. Thank you, Soldier Slim. I appreciate you so much. Any love is recognized over here. Thank you so much. Yeah, sexual assault is definitely traumatic. That is a part of great. I gotta use great instead of the R word, but these are events, traumatizing events that don't go away. With a simple touch, it could be your life gone, you just wither away with guilt. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't. So it was a movement started called a Me Too movement. It helps to show survivors of sexual abuse and that they are not alone. It also helps to improve awareness about sexual violence and harassment. The Me Too movement started in 2017 when Alyssa Milano urged victims of sexual harassment and assault to share their stories online. When we share our stories online of all these problems that we are our destiny, that God put us here to tell and help somebody else, we talk to help. We talk to help you find support somewhere else. No, all platforms aren't comfortable to disclose issues that you've dealt with. No, all live streams and everything on YouTube isn't for YouTube. So please use that National Sexual Assault Hotline. It's 1-800-656-4673. I'll leave something also outside my community wall to touch more on it and leave numbers and whatever resources a person needs. It said, who should you tell if you were sexually assaulted? Before disclosing a sexual assault to anyone, and this means anyone, it is important to consider if you can trust the person. And here are some ways. Make sure that person is easy to talk to. First and secondly and foremost, make sure you feel safe with them. 3, they treat you respectfully. 4, they do what they say they're going to do. 5, they have helped you in the past. And 6, they show that they care for you in your situation. Thank you so much. Salute Shank Rock. Salute. Y'all make sure I drop Shank's 2 links in the chat, the Shank Rock Films backup channel and also Shank's regular channel. Please go follow Shank. He's touching news about the Shanquilla Robinson and other stories. And he's always open and welcoming for more stories. If you want something touched on or talked about, please go follow him. And check his community wall because he puts his times for his shows. I'm not as frequent as he does online, but check his community wall. He always puts the time in the calendar. Yeah, so first and foremost, make sure that you're safe. Going through sexual assault, and thank you, Tiara. Thank you so much. Going through sexual assault, you treat everybody with a long handle spoon. All trust has been gone out the window. Some forever. Some forever. Also, think about whether this individual is likely to respond in a supportive way. Are they likely to believe you? Can they be someone who provides you with emotional support? Yeah. So remember, I'm talking about the Me Too movement. And again, it helps to show survivors of sexual abuse that they are not alone. Remember, we are not alone. We're in the new era of the Me Too movement. Christian Blasey Ford's allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh have reignited the conversation surrounding sexual assault. For survivors, the current news cycle can be distressing, forcing them to relive what happened to them. Some survivors are inspired by Dr. Ford's testimony and are coming forward to friends and loved ones about what happened to them. I'm going to list a few celebrities in their stories, just a short story. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is one of the biggest performing artists out here right now. Yes, this happened to her. We got to all remember we're all human. Sexual assault, violence, it doesn't, it doesn't have a name on it. It doesn't have to be a certain people because we feel like we're not rich enough, we're poor, nothing ever went right in life. It just, sexual assault happens to all of us. It said Lady Gaga, the performer, opened up about being raped when she was 19. She explained, when you go through trauma like that, it just doesn't have the immediate physical ramifications. Sometimes it takes years to really know how deep and far this has affected. Everybody's not the same. Ashley Judd, the actress, revealed in her memoir, all that is bittersweet. Ashley Judd is from Kentucky, where I'm from. If you like reading, she has a book called All That Is Bittersweet. And she talked about how she was sexually assaulted at a young age. She also quoted, it's too late to go back and have a happy childhood. But by the grace of God and a pretty simply program of recovery and fellowship, life is good today. No, everyone isn't spiritual. But there's nothing like going through a recovery program, talking to a therapist, talking to someone to lift just a little bit of that burden off your shoulders. It's a lot. It takes a big load off, trust me, as I am a survivor. Oprah Winfrey, one of the biggest moguls out here, Oprah Winfrey. The mogul has been open about the sexual abuse she endured at a young age in order for women to feel like they have a voice. Anybody who has been verbally abused or physically abused will spend a great deal of their life rebuilding their self-esteem. Everybody has a story, and your story is as equally as valuable and important. She opened up so we could have a voice. Oprah spoke up. She didn't care who said what about it because she was determined to keep her head lifted and keep doing what she's been doing. And that's being great. We're not all going to have the Oprah outcome. You get a heart, you get a heart, you get a heart. No. But we can be a little happy. We can start, piecing ourselves back together. We're like a broken vase. But with glue and a foundation, you can get back a little bit of you. Our innocence being taken, forever gone. But we can get back and piece ourselves back together a little at a time. Gabrielle Union, the actress, revealed that she had been raped at the age 19. stating, I had a summer job at a shoe store. One night, as me and my coworker were closing the shop, a man robbed the shop and grabbed me at gunpoint. Union further stated, I want the focus to be on my accomplishments and not my traumatic experiences. We don't need people to feel sorry for us. Salute YouTube cameras. Salute you guys. If I can get one of my mods to drop YouTube cameras, live YouTube camera keeps you up with all this going on in most of the sectors on YouTube. If you have to catch up on some things, YouTube cameras is where you go for that. Regardless of what it is. Salute Sonya. Salute, salute. Thank you so much, Sonya, for coming through. Gene Hoke said, unfortunately, this type of behavior has been swept under the rug within families as well, especially back in the days as parents ignored it for some strange reason. I'm going to get to that. Absolutely, Gene. You're absolutely right. Queen Latifah. The performer opened up to Essence about how she was sexually abused as a young child and the effect it had on her life. He violated me, she said of her alleged abuser. And she said, I never told anybody. I just buried it as deeply as I could, and I kept people at an arm's distance. I never really let people get close to me. I could have been married years ago. Since she's learned to cope, I was just a kid and I had no power or control. I really wish I had the strength and knowledge to say something sooner. Once again, you know, this is celebrities we're talking about. We're talking about when Queen Latifah did this sit down interview with Essence Magazine. It took her back just talking about it. She went back that quick, and that dark spot is always gonna be there. And she said, I could have been married. See, it takes us back to what we could have been, but we're not because of that bottle of darkness we still had. It's just that window that will it ever shut for us? Some women have got to go and get married and, have children. But don't think for a second that window is closed. Just with fellowship and programs and therapies and a strong support system through some of this. And if you are in a position where you don't believe this person, or you do believe, or you don't know what to believe, don't fake support. Because that's where them trust issues again, come into play. We gotta know that we can trust you. But I can respect you more if you say, hey, I just don't believe that. I would, and I know it's hard to say that to a person. But what we need at that point in time throughout this, we need authentic and realness. Let me see who came in. From Mud to Roses TV, salute, salute. Thank you for dropping that, Callie. Thank you. Salute, sis. Anna Lynn McCord, the actress and Dallas star, opened up to Cosmo about how a male friend sexually assaulted her in her own home. She said, at first, I felt so disoriented and numb. I closed my eyes and pretended to be asleep. I wondered if I had done something to give him the wrong idea. I felt afraid of making him angry. Believe it or not, I didn't want to offend him. I just wanted it to be over with. My childhood had came back to haunt me again. Because of the physical abuse, I didn't believe there were borders between other people's bodies and my own. I didn't believe I had a voice. She is now working on spreading her message of standing up for yourself. She said, I have a message for women and girls. You have a voice. You don't have to put yourself in a box. Don't let the polite lies of society silence you. Go to Terry Hatcher. In a truly heartbreaking account, the actress revealed to Vanity Fair. And when I say interviews with Essence, that's Essence magazine. This is Vanity Fair magazines. They have good reads. So pick up a copy or download it on your phone. In a truly heartbreaking account, the actress revealed to Vanity Fair that she had been sexually abused by her uncle when she was five. Five. And that he later went on to be arrested for the abuse of her 14-year-old neighbor. The girl went on to commit suicide, traumatized by what she had to endure. So the actor Terry Hatcher was assaulted at 5 by her uncle, who further went next door, took advantage of a 14-year-old. The 14-year-old is no longer with us. Terry Hatcher was like, why didn't I speak out? When she just did this interview with Vanity Fair, she was trying to figure out why she didn't speak out. That kind of guilt is what I'm feeling. That kind of guilt is, could I help one of my cousins or my sisters? Did that happen to them and they still never said nothing, even though I'm saying something? I told my mother when she was at her sickest, like a month before she passed away. And I still feel guilty. Like maybe if I didn't tell her that, would she still be here? Did I put extra stress on her, by telling her that? Jean said it's a pretty tough baggage to carry on into a relationship. The individual is scared. Yeah, Jean, yeah. Sylvia says speaking out can save someone else. And those, I'm not trying to get teary out, but I carry those kind of guilt. On top of could I save one of my other cousins from my cousin? I finally was strong enough to tell Shane. I was finally strong enough to talk to my mother and a couple of my sisters and cousins. And it's hard. It's hard not to carry on that guilt. Regardless what we go see a therapist in long way, we got to stay consistent with the therapy. We just do. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. But yeah, that happened to Terry Hatcher, her uncle. It took him to touch the neighbor at 14, and she didn't make it. Madonna said she was raped at 19. Said she just got off dance class, went to use a payphone. Dude pulled up like, hey, come, you can use my phone. She said because she's really friendly. That's what Madonna said. She's really friendly. And he assaulted her. So these stories I'm telling you is because we're human. It has no race. It has none of that when it comes to somebody doing something without consent to us, to cause us harm and trauma and anxiety and depression. Last but not least, Monique. In 2008, Monique claimed she had been sexually abused by an older brother. When she was 7. Even when I confronted him and told my parents, he said I was lying. Nothing was ever really done. My father was very upset, but it never got mentioned again. I'll never forget my mother saying, if it's true, it will resurface again. And I remember thinking, why would I lie? Why is there even an if in this? I was angry with them for so long because I felt as if they should have seen what was happening. When Monique went on to win the Golden Globe for her performance for Precious, she dedicated her award to those who endured or, or are enduring similar experience. She says, I celebrate this award with every person that's ever been touched. It's now time to tell, and it's okay. Remember that. She said endured or enduring because we know it's still happening. It's happening more now than ever, but survivors are talking about it, which is making such big headlines, which is setting the bar for voices to come out and tell their story and not keep all that darkness in and just the demon of all of that bottled up inside. We are able to let go and live. Not only was it women, we had Common come out and express how he has been sexually assaulted. Then we had actor Terry Crews. And I'm not talking about just African Americans, I'm just touching on some because I have another one. Brendan Fraser, that played in The Mummy, one of the main characters. He's blue, sexually assaulted, spoke out about his abuse. Then we, last but not least, director and producer Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry told Oprah that he had been sexually abused by 3 men, and even by the mother of one of his childhood friends. Tyler Perry, one of the biggest directors and producers alive. That's why it's important for us to talk and tell, and it's okay. We are people, just like they are. Our feelings are unscathed, but we have the same thing in common. One of the biggest things in common, that we have a voice and we can tell and talk about it, and it's okay. Miss Callie said, that's worse, being called a liar. Miss Callie said, is Jean said, I think you were right for sharing this with your mom. Just ask yourself, what if you never shared this with your mom and guilt you was currently living with that thought? I know, I know, Jean, that's how I felt, but it was still eating. Callie said, it's very hard. I know from my own personal experience. I live with this hurt every day. My family, my therapist, Miss Parker helped me just to have good days. Absolutely, Callie, and it's been days you've helped me. YouTube camera said, Miss Callie, sorry to hear that. Glad you have support. And YouTube cameras, you know, you're streaming, if you don't mind, sometimes just drop that. You're in the algorithm more than me. If you can drop something about sexual assault and just put that hotline number on your community wall. The more it gets out there, the more people will feel comfortable and be able to start talking about it, or just they have somebody to talk to. That's all. But Tyler Perry even stated that he was assaulted by one of his childhood friend's mother. We can't pretend that we don't know what's happening, that this happens. As parents, we have to start listening to our children. We'll get to the bottom of it eventually. Don't forget the R. Kelly situation. I have an opinion in that because I'm a mother. And as a mother, I stand before you today to say, I was in this position. Why would I put my child in that position? And even if I wasn't in the position where I can speak to other women about being sexually assaulted, I still won't put my child in a position. I still have conversations with my kids. My youngest is 20 out of 5. I have these conversations with them all the time. I have to. When you're out late, going in that parking lot, take mace, whatever you need. Have that location on. Different things like that. Those kind of conversations can save our babies. It's not when they get a certain age we quit talking to them about that. We are subject to lose our children. We are subject to lose our friends and our loved ones due to this pain they still have bottled up with no resources, no help, feeling like they can't trust. I've gave plenty of friends on this app that if they did go through a situation, they wouldn't trust me to tell me. Because they already sit back and are very observant now. They're more observant than ever. And they need us. Our community needs us. Very much so. Now I've got to that part, I wanted to talk about there are often other crimes and forms of violence that arise jointly with crimes like sexual assault. What is sexual assault? Again, the term sexual assault refers to sexual content or behavior that occurs without explicit consent of the victim. Some forms of sexual assault include attempted rape, fondling or unwanted sexual touching, forcing a victim to perform sexual acts such as oral or, I don't want to get too deep into that. I don't want to get too far into that. What is rape? Rape is a form of sexual assault. The term rape is often used as a legal definition to specifically include sexual penetration without consent. What is force? Force doesn't always refer to physical pressure. Perpetrators may use coercion, psychological force, or manipulation to coerce a victim into non-consensual sex. So remember, forces and pressure, fighting, grabbing you aggressively and forcing you to do, where you just give up to let something happen. Force is manipulation. Forms of assault. Sexual assault can take many different forms and be defined in different ways, but one thing remains the same. It's never the victim's fault. Never. I wrote so many notes down, you guys. This is crazy because I'm trying to stick to where I am. 2, child sex abuse. When a perpetrator intentionally harms a minor physically, psychologically, sexually, or by acts of neglect. Sexual assault of men and boys. Because remember, I just talked about Tyler Perry, Terry Crews, Common. It says men and boys who have been sexually assaulted or abused may also face some additional challenges because of social attitudes and stereotypes about men and masculinity. These are, go look up sexual assault, and I don't want to get too deep into it. Or whatever. We also have incest on the list. Regardless of how the law defines incest, unwanted sexual contact from a family member can have a lasting effect on the survivor. Absolutely. Shane said boys get sexually abused all the time. Yvette said, yes, this is very important and good luck. Thank you. Jean says, I pray all sexual assault victims get the help you need. Praying for strength and healing. Thank you. And Science says, I have a son, but we have to talk to them too. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sonia. That goes with our children. like I said, go follow Lady Nika. Lady Nika really touched on the Dahmer episodes. And I don't know about a lot, but I know in black households it was hard to tell. R. Kelly situation, all those women. And then when it comes out, he finally tells like, I've been touched by the family, allegedly. So we got to go on down to the patterns in the root of it. We have to break that cycle. We have to break that we have to break that curse, that generational curse. You have to break it. It's okay for me to sit down with my children and tell them what has happened to me, because I want to protect them. I know I can't be everywhere with them, but the signs, when to talk and when to tell. Not at the end. Callie, thank you so much for dropping that number again. Yes, Miss Callie, it's so many. It's so many actors that came out. And what did we do as American people when the actors came out? Oh man, they doing that for the money. They why didn't they say nothing? I heard so many people walking in stores or in a restaurant eating. I heard those things when Harvey Weinstein got accused. When Bill Cosby got accused. Why? Because he's black? Because he's the Jello pudding guy? Because he did that show with Rudy sitting on his lap and he just played the love in his father? That was acting. He was getting paid to act as a loving father, yes. But we just brushed all those women under the rug. Why did they wait so long? Well, some of them was actors, You don't know how much they're gonna look into that to see if their child or if they're still gonna have a career to feed their family, or will they be blackballed. Hey Nina, salute. Sylvia said, be careful who you leave your children with, even relatives. Yes. Yvette said, I just don't trust nobody. Let me see. Let me get to some of these comments really quick. Sorry, y'all. She said, I just don't trust nobody around my kids. I don't leave them at family house either. Sylvia said, a great majority of my students that were gay stated that they have been abused as children. Do y'all see what Sylvia said? That's crazy. Thank you for sharing that, Miss Sylvia. Jean said, unfortunately, it's happening in our churches as well, from pastors, bishops. So sad. Yvette said, yes. What about the coaches? What about the coaches? We think we're keeping our kids in the sports to keep them out of the street from getting killed, trading one from, this to get sexually assaulted. Oh, but he got the team going to nationals. There's no way. Sonya said when Cruz came out, everybody made fun of him instead of being supportive. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kelly said, I don't know who's who, but if you're a content creator and want your link dropped, please let me know so she can drop it. Tiffany said, yes, I believe when doing my research, 1 out of 4 boys get molested. However, only 1 of 4 boys tell. Me being abused myself by 2 different people, 1 a family member before 7 years old. Man, put some prayer hands for Tiffany. Thank you for sharing that, Tiffany. I know I'm not alone. And you just sharing that in the chat is so powerful of you. We need more conversation like this. It don't have to come from me. Because there's some powerful voices bigger than me. I don't want to just share the gossip. I want to share what's really happening. For Terry Hatcher's uncles, she made it. She survived. See, she was younger than the 14-year-old. We don't know when the little girl went to the doctor, the situation. Did he have something? How many people has he done this to? To make her take her life at 14. No thought process into it. You ruined my life. Look how many times you probably had to sit across from that person. I saw my abuser on my mama's funeral, at my mom's funeral. It made me so sick, but my head was everywhere. Shank will tell you, I didn't even stay for the whole service. I was ready to go. They need somebody to meet somebody at the shelter. I'll go. When we had loved ones dying, it's like, why you ain't in the group messages? Why are you not? You know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to just blurt that out. Like, he knows. He was the first person to greet me. He was the first person outside my mother's funeral to greet me, you guys. Yeah. So again, Tiffany, thank you for just feeling comfortable to share. You know, it's hard. Brashay, hey, love. I dropped your link already. Thank you, Nina. Yes, you two cameras. Hi, Jen. I dropped you and Zeke's link as well. Salute to you guys for coming through. Salute. But I'm not gonna cry today. I don't want to cry no more. I feel like when he cries or when we cry, I always felt like he was winning. Yeah. That's how I felt. Like, oh, he's winning. Cause I'm upset. I'm teary eyed. There I am. I'm depressed. Even for a day or two, I might be in the bed. Just get up, put my clothes on, go work, come home in the bed, back in the bed. With no life, just no motivation. Sonya said, Miss Parker, have you ever confronted your abuser? And that's why these feelings are really still like this in Miss Sonya. Because I haven't. I confront everything else though. That be the bullshit. I can say the most to everybody else, but I can't say nothing to this to this monster. My first cousin, a monster. And when you know and you can live with it and still even want the audacity to say something to me, you know, it's like, why you won't say something to me? Talk to everybody else. And it just eats me right now. It really does. YouTube camera said, of course, it must have been triggering. Yes. Jean said, this reminds me of one of those Tyler Perry movies when the mother's boyfriend molested her daughter and she blamed the daughter. Yeah, 8 was 8. Absolutely, Jean. Yeah, YouTube cameras. It's crazy because he would change his picture and change his name. I'm just, I'm not doing it. But on Facebook, he's still pending. And I delete him. I block him. He comes back in a different, like, it's just weird to me. And so many times I want to have that courage to say, hey, leave me alone. And say it. But I'm like, am I being mean? Is that putting too much out there? It's so much just start going through my head. And I already suffer from anxiety. I already suffer from depression. So on top of that, and losing my mother, And then when he hugged all the family and friends that was coming in, I was like, hey, Shane, that's him. Because Shank was a good support system for me, along with Callie and a lot of other people. But physically, Shank was there. He came. I'm here to support you, Tasha. I got you. So I never thought that my abuser was gonna be like open arm, like, come here, like, what? This is the last time I get to see my mother. And I was sick. I was literally sick. Tiffany said, mine was at my grandfather's funeral smiling at me. The look I gave him, I never saw him again. I released it. Sylvia said, Miss Parker, because they still represent that fear, it never really leaves. Absolutely, Jen. Absolutely, absolutely. Sonya said these abusers have no conscience. He didn't. He didn't. It. I don't even know the words for it. It's a different feeling. And he been gone for years and years due to a murder charge. So he was in prison for years. And I used to be like, even though he did it to somebody else, I used to be like, but God, he's gone. He's gone. Like it was like a relief for me. I wanted him gone. I for those resentments and anger. I was glad. Like I should be glad he did that to somebody, but I'm glad he's gone. And once he got out, it was just that feeling, y'all. It's just I have no words for that. YouTube camera said he is a predator trying to come around. He is sick. Yes. Yeah, G Hawk. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Nina Weird. Tiffany said I was looked at some family like I did something wrong. Both of the men who done this have passed away. So that's my relief. Mm, Tiffany. Thank you, Miss Sylvia. Thank you so much. And Tiffany. Mm. It seemed like it's easy, but it's not. Brashay said this is triggering for me, so I'm gonna head out. But I shared you. I love you too, and that's what I'm saying, Brashay. I was reading up, like I just had to stop in the middle of my notes because that's what I was reading about. I still haven't even got through half of this because they was even talking about how movies can be triggering for us. How after watching a movie we go into depression and not even realize that that was a trigger for us. And I love you too, Brashay. Thank you for coming through. But Brashay, we have a voice. It's okay for us to talk about it. You take your time. You don't have a time stamp window ever. We don't have to talk about it because somebody else is talking about it. We don't have to do none of that. You talk when you're ready to talk. If you never talk, I wish you had. But if you choose to never say anything, that's okay. It's not healthy, but it's okay. Tiffany said, comfort him, release and let God to heal you. Have to heal. You have to comfort. It gave me my peace. Absolutely, Tiffany. Amen. You know, we love Brashay. Send some prayers up, please. Um, for Brashay. Absolutely, Brashay. Again, I left a hotline number. Miss Callie's Kitchen dropped it. I dropped all y'all links. Yeah. I know with faith. I know with a strong foundation. That's why I've been moving around on this YouTube app. It's not to just down talk anybody or what anybody's got going on their platform, but right now in my life, I need inspirational lives. I need positive lives. You know what I'm saying? I need those friends that are putting keys in my back of goals, not gossip, but goals. I need friends that's trying to see if I'm going places. I got all kind of trips lined up. I'm doing better with getting to the doctor and taking care of myself and being a healthier me. Because I had to walk away from triggering things, triggering people, triggering lives. If I got to be good for people, I can't be good for nobody if I'm not good for myself. And still mentally, I'm not there. I've came a long way. I don't trust people. Even when I say I trust you, I really don't. It's still that it's just still there. I get bothered easy. I start getting weird. Like I look at people certain different if I see something. It just so I have to move productively now. I got to move different if I won't change within my mental. My just getting on a normal path of thinking. Just to open the doors for opportunities and stop being scared of everything. There is true friendships. There is real, genuine friendships and good people out here. And I need to brighten my horizons and continue therapy and really get to the blunt of my issues. It may not be for me to ever talk to my cousin or call him out for real. Yes, I say I want to do that. Have I done it? Absolutely not. I'm not as bad as when it comes to him. I don't like that about myself. So I gotta move a different way. I choose to seek help and comfort today. I choose to set this number out for somebody to talk to. We all can't talk to family and friends. Certain situations, we do have to talk to a stranger, and it's okay. I used to go to therapy like this bitch act like she know me. Bitch, you don't know me. Then I was like, stop, let tear that wall down. I'm not what am I coming for? It's a waste of time. I had to hear her out. And she was only going off of what I was saying to her or what I put on that paper. But I accused her, and I'm like, now you can accuse her, but you can't even say this to the people that attack you and do other, what I'm saying? You're attacking the wrong people when I shouldn't even be attacking, period. It's just what's being forced upon me. Because I was under the age of 10 when my cousin started doing things he had no business with me. I didn't have a voice, and now that I got one, I still don't. I want to overcome this. I want to be a part of the Me Too movement in my own way to help my kids and their kids and their kids and other people around the world. I want to be a part of that to say that I have a voice and I can talk about it and it's okay. And I want all men and women around the world to know it's okay. We can talk about it. We can let go of some of that hurt. And we can start working toward the path of just being productive, a productive human being, not feeling like a sack of shit, not feeling like you're worthless. We have a voice now. We can talk about it. It's okay. It is okay. Sorry, guys. I missed a lot of comments, talking. I don't know, Sylvia, if I ever be brave enough to talk to him. Tiffany said yes, especially with children. Jen said, I know, hun, it's not easy thing you're going through. Don't be sorry. Absolutely. Don't be sorry. Jean said, although some states have state of statute of limitation, I think it's worth finding out if an individual can still press charges for this crime even after years of this incident. Yeah, Jean, I really wanted to get a lie detector test done. It was not only by him but his sister. As I got older and found out and started reading up on a lot of it, I think they had been touched. My auntie was alcoholic. She had nothing but men around her children constantly. Even around us. Her men was around us growing up. She still lived with my grandmother up until the day she died. So her men was around us. And it'd be creepy men, like, just that feeling, Thanks, guys. Thanks. Miss Yvette said, Miss Parker, you went through a lot, but look at a beautiful queen you are. I'm blessed and got to be so thank you so much. Salute J for salute. Salute Ling Lang. Yeah, I pray a lot. I'm more awake. Salute Smoke to the Bone. Salute. You guys go, Callie, if you could drop Smoke to the Bone. Barbecues link. He's starting a channel as well. I do these lives, and yes, they are going to be triggering. A lot of stuff is going to trigger us, but we got to learn to turn those triggers instead to running to walking forward. Instead of running backwards, I want us to learn we can walk forward. We can lift our heads up. We don't have to look at the ground anymore. We don't have to feel worthless. We are human. We are somebody. What they took from us, we cannot get back, but we still have a chance at a different life. Like I said, that window will never be closed. But we can open up other ones. We can open up a lot of other doors to help us get through a lot. Get through a lot. We can build together. Then not being heard. If you're in the basement, in the closet, we can't hear you. Come out of that closet. We might help somebody else. And it's okay to cry about it. It's okay to do all of that. I'm not here to take nothing from nobody. I just wanted to make awareness that we are not alone. For survivors, I'm going to touch on this and I'm getting out of here, you guys. Let me check the comments because I don't want to, make y'all feel like I'm not listening. Thank you, Callie. Thank you. Taylor Made, 651 Her studio. Go, if we could drop Taylor Made's link to great channel. I love Taylor Made. Her studio, Taylor Made has a lot of products that we could use on her channel as well. I love going over there by her channel. Gene Hawk said, I always know that this is not your fault. Absolutely. First and foremost, thank you, Gene. Absolutely. Salute, Shining Top Shane. Salute. Miss Sylvia said, this live platform is therapy for all of us. Thank you. You're absolutely welcome. And thank y'all for supporting me. This was another roadblock that I'm overcoming, and I appreciate all the support. Salute, Blue Devil G. Salute. Shining Top, Miss Parker, did you tell Crack Rock Shank Rock that you don't want him anymore? No. I haven't said that. Shining Top Shane. This is for the survivors. How can therapy help? If you decide to seek support from a therapist after sexual assault or abuse, you may have some questions. That's perfectly normal. Working with a therapist can help you deal with some of the challenges you may be facing. Safety planning. Always have a safety strategy. Brainstorming ways to stay safe may help you reduce the risk of future harm. Telling loved ones about sexual abuse. It can be hard to talk about an experience with sexual violence, and sometimes it may feel most daunting to bring it up with the people you are closest to. Here are a few questions you may want to ask yourself before telling someone. Tips to help you prepare for the conversations and way to cope with unhelpful reactions if they occur. I know people when when we talk to people and first thing we doing we checking they facial expressions. You know what I'm saying? When you talk to a homegirl like, oh girl, let me tell you about and we looking at her to see if she's believing us or not, because facial expressions say a lot. Self-care after trauma, whether it happened recently or years ago, self-care can help you cope with the short and long-term effects of trauma like sexual assault. And remember, tips for survivors on consuming media. Consuming media is YouTube. It could be commercials, it could be movies, it could be TV shows. Movies and TV shows that show sexual assault, incest, and child sexual abuse can be very difficult for survivors to watch. So when your places and you're about your son, get great. That's triggering. It takes me back. I cannot lie. It takes me back. Some things I got forced myself to do. Yeah. So let's be very aware of the tips for survivors on consuming media. That's important. Miss Saeed said, great live. I learned a lot today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jean. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. But like I said, in due time, everybody we all don't feel the same about the abuse. Let me touch on this before I go out. I got so many more shots, but I just want to fill on why people don't disclose sexual assault. Emotional pain, trying to avoid thinking about, remembering, or talking about the sexual assault because it is emotionally painful. Shame. Sexual trauma is associated with a high degree of stigma in our society. Remember what I just said, in our society. Most people are embarrassed for others to know that they experience sexual violence. Not being able to protect themselves during the assault causes many people to feel weak, ashamed, or even that they deserve what happened. They may also fear being slut shamed or criticized for the real or alleged sexual behaviors. Again, we all got to go back to when Bill Cosby, when so many others was outed for doing these things. Oh, they want Bill's money. That was, we slut shamed a lot. We criticized a lot of women. Fear of not being believed. That's the biggest one. Even though sexual assault is a serious crime, it is often mischaracterized as consensual sex. Victims may fear not being believed about the assault or worry that others will defend the perpetrator. That's the biggest one. Fear of not being believed. Fear of being blamed. Once again, all those that was being accused of those actors. It is common for victims of sexual assault to face scrutiny regarding what they did to cause the incident, what they were wearing, whether they were using drugs or alcohol, instead of focusing on their lack of consent. Once we heard about no meaning no, no means no. You asked me, do I need you to take me home? Hell no. I said no. To me, that's triggers me. When a man just constantly act out, do you need, so you don't need to ride home? No. So I always take that into account with a man when he don't know how to take no for an answer. I be like, dang, is he one of them that'll get me to his house, and then if I say no, you can't push up on me? One of those. It might not even be the case. I could be overreacting, but I don't know that. Tiffany said, Jen said, yeah, for being blamed. Absolutely. Thank you, Callie. Tiffany said, yes, please do not hold it in. Do therapy. It helps. When this happens to us, especially as a young child, it does something to your soul. It affects relationships. Yes, Tiffany. Sonia said, this society always blames the victim, especially if they are high profile. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sonia. And that's what I'm saying, the fear of being blamed, the fear of not being believed. Back in the day, used to hear people go, "Oh yeah, she didn't wear that too little ass skirt. She used to wear them little skirts and stuff." And when it happened to her little fast tail, what? So I can't wear something that I'm comfortable in because that gives somebody to the right to take something from me, to do something to me. We really got to think, if we got kids, and this is for men too, because it happens to men. It happened to Common. Why? Because Common's a good rapper, and he's big throughout the hip hop industry and stuff. He was touched. Because Tyler Perry wore the dress. That's why he wore the dress anyway. So that gets overlooked. Terry Crews. Tiffany said, I have even sometimes identified children who has been sexually abused only because of the traumatic events that I experienced. They are teaching children nowadays to speak. We didn't have that. Absolutely. Salute, Deborah. Salute. Nina said they still didn't have the right. Sad. Yes. But how many of us, sit back, be honest, how many of us out there really watched those cases and accused those women of telling lies? How many of us didn't watch the R. Kelly case and call those people liars, call those women liars? Oh, they want a little money. Sure, ain't shit happened to them. You could tell. Look us. You could tell through her eyes. Why y'all think people shut down? It be the people sometimes that it happened to. Sitting back holding their darkness and shit. Want to say something didn't happen, you can tell by the looks on her story. Nah, it ain't. Nah, it don't sound right. That bitch just want his money. Yeah, I bet you. Look, I bet she broken. Why? Until further notice come out. At the end of the day, he didn't have shit to give. That man was down to a little bit of nothing due to all the acts he was doing behind the scenes. I'm talking about Kels paying off everybody. He almost didn't have money. Those women were speaking out because they felt like somebody else spoke out finally. I've been holding this in forever. It might take one to get rotation going. Who would have believed them? Oh, that's Kels. Because a couple people made babies to his music when he used to come out. Who cares? He still did that. Everybody's not lying. We have to stop being so judgmental. Because you wouldn't put your daughter in the case. We wouldn't. We're different. We're not all the same. I just get on here and speak of things I wouldn't do with my children. Jean said it does not matter what you're wearing. No one has the right to touch you. Absolutely, Jean. Yes, Sonya. Victim shaming is real. You can't even be a plus size girl and put on a two piece. It's like, why that big bitch just can't be comfortable in her skin and not give a fuck about what we think about her when she puts that two piece on. Bitch, you don't wear the two piece. You get what I'm saying? It goes like that. They have clothes for big women, small women, or however, but whoever said we couldn't be comfortable. We couldn't be comfortable talking. We can't be comfortable wearing certain things because we'll get viewed as whores. Oh, she love belly tops. She's a whore. You know, she just wants somebody to see her. Why can't be she just like belly tops? And then as soon as something happens to her, oh, y'all know she was fasting where she used to wear all that too little stuff. I used to get that all the time. And my shit was still the same to this day. I don't care what nobody think about me. I love the skin I'm in. It took me forever to tear down that wall of the reflection of my other me. Regardless what I put on, I could wear Tommy, I could wear Nike, I could wear some of the best outfits. I got shoes in her and shit, clothes I haven't even wore, but I was never complete. Because of the judgment. Because of the fear of being blamed, the fear of not being believed. So I know it's so many other victims out there going through the same thing, being blamed, not being believed. But this is the society that we unfortunately live in. I hate that for all victims and survivors. I wish we had better, but we don't. I wish things could get better, even though I know it isn't. But it's okay to speak out when you have a voice. I didn't read a lot of stuff. I just really wanted to touch on the most. Tiffany, thank you so much for pulling up and sharing that with us. Thank you so much. It takes a lot. It means a lot. Tiffany said a lot of you continue to get victimized for speaking your truth. Absolutely. Ling Lang said, sorry she didn't speak. She's doing her son's her. But Ling Lang, as long as you pulled up and support, we seeing you. Thank you. Science says, sound like you are healing, Miss Parker, and I am. And I'm only healing because I don't know if it's just what God destined me to do. When I started my YouTube, I didn't want to get monetized. And I kept saying it, and I kept saying it, and I still don't push it. When I monetize, when I moderate a lot of these channels, I don't ask for my link to get dropped. I want everything to come natural. I can go live a lot, when I'm off work. But when God wants, sees fit for me to push a story out there and help somebody, I will. And I feel like that's what it is. He's helped me overcome a lot. When I think I'm weak, I'm strong. And sometimes, I get in here and I still get in. I get in that little dark. I climb in that dark window and stay there. But there's no light. I don't want to be alone. I want to talk about it. Because now I can't help somebody else. I'm not that little girl without the voice anymore. I'm not that little girl that's scared anymore. I don't want to seek revenge on that man anymore. Because I know what God has for him, he's going to have for him. And what he has for me, he has for me. So again, I just want to help anybody out there. I don't got the money to do it, but I got a little bit of word of wisdom from what I've been through. If you're going through the same thing, addiction, not trusting relationships, not feeling loved by your partner, only that being my problem, not his. Not feeling supported by friends and family. overreacting with that type of shit instead of saying, why do you need anybody? Yeah, we all would love to have somebody in our corner to support us and help us, but when my mama had me, she had just me. So I have to, you know what I'm saying, stand on that. But I know I can help somebody else, and I know there's somebody probably in the clouds like, dang, why can't I have her voice? But I'm still scared like you. I don't know where it's coming from. But I'm just letting it flow because I want to save your life potentially or someone else's. Again, I thank you guys so much for pulling up with me, helping me, Tiffany, and whoever else was in the chat, Miss Callie, Brashay, Brashay, this was I had no intent of triggering anybody today. I just wanted to put out that we are not alone through any of this. Callie, thank you for pulling up, dropping the number. Salute, so icy, salute. Thank you for consistently dropping that number, that hotline number in the chat for anybody that needs it. If you venture out and you really start paying attention to people in the chat, it's a lot of good advocates and people that's been through the same thing. If you ever really pay attention to the conversation people have, just like Ben Walker had told me one day, it's like, Tasha, I could be your sponsor. And if I can't be your sponsor, I know somebody that can. Because I was going through addiction. Like, you could tell I needed somebody to talk to. I was on the edge. I was on the verge of using. But then I know he knows somebody that knows somebody. If he can't help me, he knows somebody that knows somebody that can help me. And that's what this should be about. Supporting each other. It's not about supporting the channel, but when you see them in a crisis or you feel like, dang, this person feel like they're having a mental breakdown, I know somebody. I know a therapist. Let me shoot them my therapist number, even if it's outside of our therapist number. We can Google some shit. It's always free numbers out there to Google and tap in. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Sonia. Hey, Money Taya, salute, my love. Salute. Again, thanks everybody for pulling up as content creators. Again, if y'all can drop that national sexual assault hotline number on y'all community wall, we don't know who is coming through, and they're just traveling places to get their minds out of that dark space. So they just, so happen stumble up on your page, and there go a number, and they needed somebody. Thank you, Nina, so much. Thank you, Miss Yvette, so much. Y'all always here when I need y'all when it's something deep and stuff like that. And I appreciate everybody that put up. Jean Hawk, Tiffany, Sonia, Sylvia, Nina, all y'all. Thank you so much. And I don't know when I'm gonna be going live again because I don't be going live like that. I'll be so tired from working so much. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. But I know Shanka is probably gonna go live tonight or tomorrow. If anybody's going live, please let us know in the chat. We'll send people in your direction. Money Taya, Callie, you got high maintenance. You can drop high maintenance for me, can't you? Y'all go follow high maintenance. If you ever up late night, second shift, great get off, or third shift, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, but those third shifters that need something good to look at, go watch High Maintenance and Money Taya. They got a good thing going on at after hours. They're funny. They're beautiful women. Their channel is up and growing. Please go hit the like button, share it out on your community. While nobody's saying y'all got to go drop down in their chats. It's all kind of forms and ways of support. When they get monetized, hit that super sticker. What's wrong buying $1 or two a super sticker? We're gonna go buy a single cigarette that's gonna potentially kill us, give us lung cancer and shit. We can go support that shit, but we can't support these content creators by purchasing a membership, a super sticker, a super chat. But whenever they got mess and bullshit going on, we're there to support that. We're in their chat. We're shouting and screaming. You know what I'm saying? We're doing cartwheel emojis and all of that. So support these positive content creators as well. Give something to them. It ain't gotta be financially. Give them that like, give them that community wall. Share it throughout the algorithm. Whatever. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. Thank you. And we do. We don't give everybody the same love. And love is free. Love and support should be free. We go through the most in the black communities because of it. Mr. Frank always charging $8 for the toilet paper shit. We going down there to Hassan's. You get what I'm saying? Just because Mr. Frank want to make a living for his, and it's probably just as high as how he get it or whatever. But Mr. Frank charge $1 more than Hassan. We going Hassan. Yeah, Mr. Frank will never get our business in the neighborhood. But this support and service is free. And we can't do that for whatever reason. Because we don't want to see nobody succeed. Move forward. Be better. I don't know everybody's shortcomings or whatever they had going on in their life. I don't know how they're living. You know what I'm saying? But I always want somebody to do better than me because maybe you can teach me something down the road that'll make me progress to be as better as you at the end. But we share that. And I always give flowers where flowers are due. I don't get paid from this. I don't want to get paid from this. I just want to come, get to know people for who they really are, get down to the basis of everything that's happening in our communities, what's killing us off as people, not a colored people, but just as people. Why we are losing our youth, why we are losing so many rappers. Is it hard on them? Is it depression? You know what I'm saying? Is it too much on them at such a young age? I want to get down to that. I don't want to get down to who slept with who. I don't care. Who's going where? I don't care. I can only worry about where Tasha's going. And make sure that my circle is going, we all going in the same direction, and that's right, not left. Again, salute everybody. Have a blessed Tuesday. Go catch up on your shows. Get away from the madness. Kick up. Have a glass of wine and just vibe. Money Ty said, yes, this Miss Parker, that's what it's about. Yes, Ty, it is. Yvette said this was a very good live queen. Thank you, Miss Yvette. Miss Yvette holds everybody down that she mods for, and I appreciate it. Sonya said, we are our own worst enemy, black people. Callie said, it's sad, sis. I support so many people on this app, and literally only you and Shank support me. Nina said, preach. She said, that's effed up, Miss Callie. Yeah, it hurt my feelings sometimes. See, when you not everybody act all bossed up, bad up and shit, that ain't great say it for real. Some people show it. But I've shared so many lives on her. But that lets me know that that's just that person. I can't make that person be like me. I can't make that person have a kind heart and just say I fucks with everybody. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that invested in other shit that ain't got nothing going on in my household. Nobody on this app is carrying the weight and the load of what's going on in this household but me. That's all we need to worry about, what's happening in here. My lights, my food, my job, my children. That's it. That's all. And supporting people that's trying to make it. It's not just that. It's people got brands. People got merchandise on her that people don't even promote. And it's like, why? Y'all go in the corner store real quick and buy a plain shirt for $10. Yeah, I said $10. $10. But we can't support our own. We can't support for free. Everything black comes with a price. That's why at the end I don't think we're gonna make it. Sylvia said a great chat. Callie said you right, sis. Yes, Nina. Miss Parker supports everyone. They don't do it for her. Hey, Lori B. She said, I support sis. I be in it. I'm being in the bushes. I don't understand my own money, but I'm hearing him. Yeah. Lori B, for real though. For real. And you don't have to. I know who fucks with me, Lori. I've always messed with you, Lori, from day one. Tiffany said, yes, thank you for bringing this to light. I'm glad to be here. And she said, Nina said, but Miss Callie, Miss Parker, y'all will get there. Guaranteed. Yeah, and I know, Nina, we will. We will. That's why I be telling sis too, like, focus on your brand. I noticed that if we do, and it's not taking support away from nobody that I've been supporting, but if y'all don't see y'all stuff on my community, it's because I've been working like crazy, trying to build back up, you know what I'm saying, for me being sick, like last week, really sick, back and forth to the doctor, you know what I'm saying, trying to get my way back up and all of that from that. But other than that, I love to support everybody, and that's our problem. Just because you're a part of a gang don't mean you cannot support others. Just because you feel like you somebody, well, why? I feel the same way you are. I'm somebody too. It ain't about the numbers. Because real love is real love. I don't got to get on her and say a damn thing about nobody negative. Because I don't got nothing negative to say. Because I could care less what anybody has going on in their life. But I got some genuine supporters. I'd rather have 4 or 5 people in my chat than 100, you know what I'm saying, backstabbers or anything for a click interview. That's not helping me. I'm in there getting triggered because hell, by the time I leave some of these chats, I'm like, her, I need a drink. Shit. Even though I ain't drank in weeks, I'm like, her, I need a drink. Shit, what? Where are the positive vibes? Who's telling me take my bitch ass back to go school and do this? Oh, Tasha, you said, who's doing that? Where can I go to learn how to knit a sweater? Oh, I got that on my community wall where I can go learn how to knit during my downtime. I don't want to hear all that BS. I need somebody to push me to learn how to do new things, learn how to cook, new dishes in my house. Get out of that old behavioral way of thinking, new healthy meals. Weight loss without having to take supplements to keep me healthy. You get what I'm saying? Or using more organic things, lotion, soaps, you know what I'm saying, for our skin to be plentiful and pure. To help my skin look healthy, to keep those bags from falling, to keep me wanting to do a 8 hours rest instead of 3-4 hours, think I'm rested up and go work to cuss everybody out for no reason. So see, I've been falling back. My problems are my problems in this house. That's all it's gonna be. My lives are gonna be positive as can be, useful as can be, resourceful as can be, and that's it, and that's all. But for everybody in my chat, please go support everybody. I ain't saying support the people you don't like, but if y'all got a community wall or y'all want to start a channel, do that. Just start showing love. That's it. I always do, Nina. I do. Thank you, Sonia. Lori B said she needs someone to help her get rid of these student loans and credit restoration. Lori B, Lori, I think I know somebody, Lori B. I'm gonna try to leave it outside my community wire in a couple of days. I'm gonna holler at this female at work. She's legit, and and I told her I don't want nobody trying to scam me or get me like that. You know what I'm saying? Just help me in the direction I need to go to get my credit right. Cause I want a house at the end of this year. I'm working on a business right now. I'm working on my own business. I've been having this name and stuff like that. So hopefully by the end of I know hopefully I am talking that into my life and existence. I'm gonna have a business with my name on it, business cards, and I'm gonna start off small. I'm not trying to go too big. I just want to be comfortable and work for myself. That's it. That's all. And I'm gonna work up until it takes off a little bit, but that is definitely a goal. Yes, Lori B. Yes, I'd rather have resources too. We need content creators like this every day from so we can look forward to going live more often. Okay, Shank, I will. After I do the business, Ty said, Lori B, I have the loan forgiveness link. All mine were just she said DNC, Lori B, you see how God worked? Money Ty just said hit her up. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm speaking into the existence, Sylvia. I am. I really am. And Callie, I gotta give Callie salutes because she was sending me little links to certain things. She was like, "Oh, if I could just start my business, I would do this, this," and I was like, "Yeah, but I ain't doing that." And I was like, "I could," and then I was like, "Well, dang, what about this business you was talking about?" So hopefully next week I can go figure some stuff out and go from there in 2 weeks and start it. But Money Ty, yes, please give me your IG. Lori B was like, yeah, IG Money Ty, thank you so much. Because you didn't even have to go through that. Because some other people would have been like, Miss Parker says she got it, so I ain't even. So salute to you, Money Ty, for always being a real one and things like that and looking out for Lori B. And Lori B take care of it. You know what I'm saying? She's giving you that, sis, get up on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Saint said, Shank, talk to her after hours. LOL. Yes, sis. Yes. Um, Money Taya, she said, all you have to do is apply and it will be forgiven. Anybody that needed, DM me. Money Taya said, anybody that needs that link from her for student loan forgiveness, please hit her up. She said, all you have to do is apply. And that be our problem with going back to school and doing a lot of things. I heard people say that. So sis, definitely yes, Callie. Callie said she's gonna be DMing you. She said yes, I love Money Taya. She's a day one also. Yes, yes. Don't get it twisted. Sis get down with the get down if she have to. But Money Taya is a sweetheart. And again, thank you so much, Taya, for coming in here, dropping those jewels for so many sisters and other women out there that really need that link or whatever. Taya said, that's why I'm back in school and finally getting my degree. That's what's up, Ty. Congratulations to you, sister. I cannot wait to see everybody go back to school. Go get those student loan forgiveness. And it is grants and loans you can sign up for without having to pay back. Just really go and look into them and put that work in and sign up for them on your day when you're down. Go apply for grants. If you have nonprofit organizations, they have so many grants for us especially for the African American communities. Every time I go and look on for grants, they need more African American bidders and things like that, or us to apply for certain grants and things. Everybody, they saying congratulations, Taya. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Again, Lori B, I'm glad you stopped through, sis. Thank you for dropping out the bushes. I know you've always dealt with me since I came to the YouTube world. I love seeing the day ones. Miss Callie, people acting like she knew. Callie started with Ratchet. That's how we all collabed. Because I was on Skull side, but Skull and Ratchet was together when I came in the picture. And Callie was already there. You know what I'm saying? Raising hell. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Skull and Ratchet used to let off a leash. You like, who the hell Callie down there? You know what? Callie, go on, do you. You get what I'm saying? Callie's not new to the board. You know what I'm saying? Money Ty is definitely a loyal one. Lori B was from the scale gang and over there with the polo team, from all of them day one. These people are day ones. You can learn a lot from the day ones, how to move, sometimes how not to move, things to stay away from and things like that. You start your channel based off of you, not what somebody else is going through in their life. But base it off of you and what you have to offer and what you bring into the scene, your flavor. My ice cream don't taste like Oreo ice cream. It just don't. Different flavor. Taya and High Maintenance's platform don't run like mine. Different flavor. When you open that coolers, different flavors of sodas. That's what you get on YouTube. You get different flavors. Pick yours. Pick it wisely. But pick a flavor that you can get that taste out of that make you want to keep going back for more. Not you tired of it after so long, like, I don't want that flavor no more. I'm burnt out. Mix it up a little bit. Step out of all of that. Step out of your element. Get to know people on a different level. You don't have to bring them in your home. But it is some cool people on here if you branch out. And you can learn a lot. Yeah, creatively crocheted is she stitches and she talks at the same time. She does content at the same time of stitching. It's amazing. I shared her on one of my lives. Monitaya has to offer the student loan forgiveness links. She's back in school about to graduate and get a degree. Salute to that sister. I want to hear from her. Absolutely. But thank you guys. Shank told Callie go live. She said, I will try and be honest. I'm probably getting off YouTube when I have my baby. I'm over it emotionally and mentally. Absolutely, Callie. Come back bigger and stronger as ever, sis. Anytime. Love you, Miss Parker. Love you too. Oh, you was, Lori B. You was Ratchet's mind. Girl, you was. Damn. It's been so long ago. God. Damn. But again, thanks for everybody that came down, shared their stories, just supported one another by hitting links and things like that, subscribing to channels. I'm gonna get offered for tonight, long day, on the job for me tomorrow, so I'm gonna get back into the work thing. And thank y'all so much. And again, go follow Shank and hit that backup channel as well. And go back and check the live out and hit those links for all those channels and things like that. Transparent Talk had a live at 5 o'clock. She goes with E. Nicole and Madame. They got a good thing going on over there. Please go check those ladies out and get some transparency and mellow down with those ladies and see what they had going on as well. And again, thanks everybody for pulling up to Miss Parker. Miss Parker. I can't even put the podcast.